Major Przapke, we put this together to walk you through our plan for Project Pulse. You gave us a very clear vision for transforming maintenance at the 374th, and we want to show you exactly how we built our entire mission around making your vision a reality. So let's dive in. Everything starts right here, with your words. You said the ultimate goal was to digitize the pro super's brain. We heard that loud and clear. This isn't just about another piece of software. It's about taking all that experience, that intuition, that knowledge a pro super has, and building it right into the system. That's our guiding principle. So let's start with the problem you and your team are living with every single day. You're working on some of the most sophisticated aircraft on the planet, but the processes on the ground, well, they create what we're calling the fog of maintenance. It's that friction, that delay, that uncertainty that just slows everything down when you need to be moving fast. And here's a perfect picture of that friction in action. It's a slow, manual, analog loop. A maintainer calls the MOC with an update. Someone in the MOC has to stop what they're doing, grab a marker, write it on a whiteboard. Then, for you or your pro super to get that info, you have to physically walk over to the board. It's a system that just guarantees a delay between what's happening on the line and when leadership knows about it. And that delay has a real cost, doesn't it? We're talking 20 to 30 minutes of information latency. In the world of sortie generation, that's an eternity. That's the gap that holds you back, the gap that has to be closed if you want to operate at the speed of relevance. So we know the problem. Now, what's the solution? Well, it's your solution. It's the North Star you gave us, the Digital Production Superintendent, a system that sees the whole chessboard, that anticipates the next move, and gives you the data you need to make the right call every time. It's a digital extension of your best people. And to make that vision real, we listened very carefully to your specific requirements. We know the system has to sync automatically with 081, no questions asked. It needs to give you smart, color-coded alerts on your ETIs. It has to pull in the flying schedule and aircraft data so there are no surprises. And, maybe most importantly, it has to kill the soul-crushing double entry that wastes so much time. Okay, so that's the what. Now for the how. How do we actually build this thing without it becoming a giant, multi-year headache? Well, we've laid out a smart, de-risked strategy we call a two-track plan to victory. It's about solving your immediate problems while we build the long-term solution. Here's how it breaks down. Think of track 1 as battlefield triage. We'll partner with Panasonic to use the tough books you already have to stop the bleeding on communication right now. But track 2, that's the main event. That's where we partner with Blue Fusion to build the strategic architecture. They're the ones who will crack the code on G081 integration and truly deliver on that digital pro supervision. Now you might be asking, how in the world are you going to integrate with G081 quickly? Well, this is the secret sauce. It's a technology called NoNTL data access. Instead of trying to rip all the data out of that old mainframe, which would take years and trigger a compliance nightmare, this approach lets us securely read the data right where it sits. It's the key that unlocks that trapped data safely and quickly. And here's the best part. We don't have to boil the ocean to get started. The entire journey kicks off with one small, controlled, and super focused first step, a 30-day aligner phase. This is where we build the detailed blueprint for success and prove everything out before we ask for any big investment. And just to show you we're serious, look at this. We've mapped every single one of your requirements directly to a concrete deliverable in this aligner. You said you need ETIC alerts? Bam, task 2.1 is designing that exact logic. You need that 2-row expeditor sheet? Okay, task 2.2 is building you an interactive prototype you can actually click on. It's a perfect one-to-one match between what you asked for and what we'll deliver in the first 30 days. We designed this aligner to be a no-brainer first step. The total cost is just $24,950. We deliberately kept it under the micro-purchase threshold, which means you can execute this with a GPC card. No lengthy contracting process, no red tape. Just a fast, low-risk way to get the ball rolling and prove this is the right path. But here's the real payoff. This small investment isn't just about getting a plan. The aligner produces the two things you absolutely need to unlock major funding: a validated technical plan and a rock-solid business case. This is the key that opens the door to the big money. So, where is that money? Our number one target, based on our research, is the C-130J program office itself. This is funding that Congress has already set aside specifically for modernizing and sustaining your exact aircraft. And we're not talking about spare change here. Look at this. For fiscal year 26, that single funding line has over $31 million. When we finish the aligner, we won't just be an idea. We'll be a shovel-ready project with a data-backed plan, which makes us a perfect candidate to receive a piece of that pie. And we already have our story ready. The way we win these funds is by framing Pulse as the critical last tactical mile. You're spending millions on incredible new avionics inside the jet, while Pulse makes sure that the maintenance and diagnostic processes outside the jet can actually keep up. It maximizes the value of every dollar you've already invested. But we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. We've identified a second high-priority funding source as well, the Support Systems Development Fund. This money is specifically for the tools your maintainers use on the flight line. This pot has about $20 million available, but here's the kicker. It has a specific budget increase for things that support agile combat employment, a lightweight, data-driven, mobile command and control tool. That's the textbook definition of what they're looking to fund. It's a perfect fit. And the pitch for this one is incredibly powerful. We're not asking for new wrenches or stands. Our story is simple. We are going to weaponize the IT you've already paid for, those tough books, to create the exact kind of lightweight command and control network you need for ACE. It's a smart, efficient argument they're going to love. So, the path forward from here is as simple as it gets. Just 3 easy steps. First, you give the thumbs up on the statement of work we've prepared. Second, you fund that small $24,950 aligner on a GPC card. And third, we kick off the 30-day sprint and start building the future of your maintenance operations. In the end, this is all about turning your vision into a reality. We're confident this phased, fundable plan is the clearest path to getting it done. It's about leveraging smart technology to finally lift that fog of maintenance for good. So, the only question left for you is, are you ready to lift the fog?